Integrating the various financial analysis techniques which we have looked at, and probably the various modifications that are necessary for an analyst to be done to the financial statement so as they can be analyzed more effectively. So it deals with understanding of your inventories, how do you work with the multinational operations, how do you work with the depreciations, how do you work with the balance sheet. So all those things we have understood as a part of the financial reporting and analysis. The structures of the income statement, balance sheet, all of them have to be applied in an integrated manner to assess the worthiness of the company for an investment purpose. So when we are integrating it, the framework needs to be very clear for us. So just from a framework standpoint, to start off, it's better for me to understand what is the purpose of my analysis. Why am I doing? Is it for making a minority investment in a particular stock, which means buying a few shares of a stock? Or is it more from a bank providing a loan to a company that is trying to assess the financial statements? Or is it from the perspective of an acquirer who wants to take some stake or who wants to do a buyout of this particular company? So different requirements for different kinds of investors in the company. So as a financial analyst, first I need to be aware of from what dimension I'm doing this particular analysis. So it has to be very clearly understood from the clients as well as based on the guidelines of the employer. I will design a kind of objective statement, which is also called as a purpose statement for this financial analysis. For what purpose I am doing this? So for doing this, what all resources I require in terms of people, time, the data access, all these things will be, and even the budget, all these things have to be highlighted, got the necessary approval before we actually proceed further with the financial analysis. And then comes the next aspect, which is the data collection aspect, where okay, what are the various sources from which the data can be captured? Yes, the annual reports and the annual reports, quarterly reports, or any other statements which are filed with SEC, all those can be obtained from Edgar. And apart from that, there are so many other things like discussing with the customers, discussing with suppliers, or probably looking at the press statements about this company, press releases and all. All these are also the other sources of information which I can get about this particular company. Along with that, so once I collect the data, I will try to organize it and then look at any kind of modifications or adjustments that need to be made to the financial statements, because we have looked at so many places where the manipulations are possible. So based on all that understanding, we try to prepare an adjusted balance sheet, adjusted income statement, and an adjusted cash flow statement, which is reflecting a better reality picture as per the analyst. And whatever are something like extraordinary, non-recurring, there are so many items which are worth omitting. So all those things, all those necessary changes have to really get into the financial statement, which can help in doing a much better analysis. So once all those adjustments are done, okay, we can do some kind of calculations on those financial statements. So probably it can even go to the extent of calculating a few ratios